iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome in here, race fans, tonight to the Myrtle Beach Speedway here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Short Track Scrambler Series, presented by Red Light Racing. Tonight's race is the Colony Tire and Service Center 100 here from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway, one of the most historic tracks in America. Was one of the most historic tracks in America. This racetrack, well, has met its last race. It is no longer a racetrack in operation. Back in 2020, they had closed the doors here at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, but nice thanks to iRacing that we can always race here virtually on the iRacing.com platform. So tonight, we got the modifieds out here, and we are ready to go racing for 100 laps. The Myrtle Beach Speedway is a very tricky track. Why is that? Well, down in turns number 1 and 2, you gotta avoid the wall in turn 1 entering. Then you got the dreaded bumps down on the inside. That's the turtles. You get the turtles, you might look like a turtle on its shell down in turns 1 and 2. Then down here in 3 and 4, you got the inside wall that you're going to want to hug as close as you can. And by the time you come off turn 4, trying to lay the power down to those big tires in the rear, it might just slip out from under you. You might end up in that little bit of grass on the front straightaway. Drivers are just about ready here tonight. The point standings coming into the night have Dan Butler, 1 point to the good over Dave Bragg. Though the Double V entry picking up 3 spots after a great run last week. He sits third, 10 points out of the points championship lead. And how about the Wiley veteran? Rex Hoyle is sitting 13 points out with Brandon Feeney rounding out the top 5. He is 18 points out of the top spot here tonight. But it is that time to get that 6 Rings Racing starting lineup here tonight. Let's go trackside for that one, as it is car number 11 of Sean Single, who will start on the pole here tonight, making a rare start on Thursday evenings. To the outside, the driver that looked like he had the hot shoe last week, car number 989 out of Canada, that is Scott Duncan. Driver that will start back in third, check it out. It's the Granny Hips Walkers and K's, number 13 MA of Joshua Buckley. He'll start third. The Colony Tire and Service Center, car number 54 of Rex Hoyle will start into the 4th starting spot here tonight. Well, how about part of that Canadian Invasion crew, the number 31 of Dave Bragg. He'll start 5th. Victor Valls in car number 53, the Bragg Racing Stables Canadian Invasion Switch Tire number 53 will start 6th. And starting back into the 7th, the Colony Tire and Service Center, Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe, number 14 of Brian Bianchi. Back into the 8th starting spot here tonight, the Higgins Hill Racing Checkered Flag Auto Supply Bush Latte number 40. It's the Cowboy of Rob Higgins. The 9th spot here tonight, car number 51, the Canadian Invasion Switch Tire Jiffy Lube Arnold Valls will pilot that one. He'll start 9th, while the driver out of South Carolina, Aiden Alvecchione, will start back into the 10th spot. Mark Jenkins in car number 99 will start into the 11th spot. The reach for the top 70 entry here tonight, Steve McCormick will start 12th, and starting back into the 11th position here tonight, the driver piloting the number 99 out of Virginia. That'll be Mark Jenkins. Doyle Lowrance in car number 7 will start back into the 13th starting spot here tonight, while back into the 14th starting position. That'll be Greg June making a start here in car number 66. Mike Tasherow in Racing School number 33 will start 15th. 16th will go to the Racing School number 21 of Dan Butler and Brandon Feeney back into the 17th position. 18th to A.J. Watkins. 19th, the 20-year anniversary Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 30 here tonight of the man, the myth, of Bob Higgins. That is your 19-car starting lineup brought to us by our friends at Six Rings Racing, ready to go here tonight. 100 laps, the famous Myrtle Beach Speedway, ready to go. Green flag in the hand of our flagger here tonight out of turn 4. Green flag up, we're racing to number 1, turn 1 for the number 1 spot. Look at Scott Duncan, he'll lead out of turn 2. Great start on the outside there by Duncan. One car not quite coming up to speed. That was the pink Melon Man entry there of Shanika Single, making a rare start this season. So it's Duncan, it's Hoyle. Look at Buckley, brand new paint scheme on the number 13 MA of Joshua Buckley, and he's trying to make the outside work early also. Good starting spot here for Buckley, now just trying to clear the major Melon entry. Another car stuck to the outside, a little contact there, maybe a couple bars getting rubbed up. Sean Single will take the spot. They're going to go 3 wide. They're going to put Brian B. Yankee on the bottom. Joshua Buckley way up top. That was the double V entry who was stuck in the middle. Buckley having some problems now as he is starting to drop a couple positions here in the opening laps. Rex Hoyle will open up the door on the bottom side of turns 3 and 4, and he will lead that lap. So it will be Hoyle leading lap number 4 here tonight. His first laps of the evening. The all-black tire. The all-black Colony Tire and Service Center. Say that one 100 times, and you still can mess it up. Side-by-side back here, Brian B. Yankee will get to the inside of Victor and make the pass. Now Rob Higgins is trying to work down low also. How many Busch Lattes does he have left in the bottom side of the cooler here tonight that he can crack open? Obviously not enough to pass up the number 53. Jenkins, who has been on a tear as of late in the 99. There you see the Ultra Slim Fast City Chevrolet, number 99. Sitting into the 8th spot. He's picked up 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. It ties him for the most spots gained in the first 10 laps of the night. Everybody has single-filed themselves out here tonight. Looks like the 33, though, of Tasherow going to get under Greg June. June slid out of turn number 2. Lost a little grip. Allow the racing school instructor, Mike Tasherow, to get on through, trying to bring his old friend, Dan Butler, along with him. And how about Brandon Feeney? And Feeney called number 38 entry, also right there, A.J. Watkins. It seems to be a trend here. The outside lane worked in the first lap or so of the night, and then after that, everybody that's been to the outside has just kind of backslid through the field here. As you can see, Greg June is going to lose the 4th spot there in a row that he lost. Just behind him is the 7 of Doyle Lowrance, the Raven Graphic driver out of Spring, Texas. He's back running into the 18th position. He's lost 5 spots in the early opening laps here tonight. Driver that has lost the most laps, there you see the Granny Hips Walkers and Canes entry. The driver out of Pepperell, Massachusetts. Talked about his good starting spot, and then, well, he slid up off the bottom side of the speedway and finds himself now running back into the 11th running position. That's 1 spot ahead of his good old buddy. There's Aiden Alvecchione. 11 laps about to be in the books, and it's only been those two drivers that you see on the screen. Car 54, Rex Hoyle, the veteran, out front leading here tonight. His name, his sponsor's name on the side of the car. His sponsor here tonight, sponsoring the race at Myrtle Beach. What a night it would be to park the Cullen Tire and Service Center in Victory Lane in the race sponsored by them. Always good to have a car out front with the name on it. Scott Duncan trying everything he can. He don't have a name on the car. He says, I'm a freelancer. I do what I want. And it has worked so far. Sean Single has started to roll back in the top two positions here. We talked about Sean Single not running very often here on a Thursday night. Sean Single actually has not turned a lap this season, so this is actually his first event of the year. Sean Single actually a 53-time starter here with the series, picking up 1 pole award, 3 wins over those 53 races, so it'll make this his 54th race ever here on a Thursday night with the series. Dave Bragg says, I don't really care too much about how many starts anybody's made. He is 1 point behind. Right now, the point standings do read Dave Bragg at the top of the point standings. It's Dave Bragg by 7 points right now. One driver into that inside wall. You saw the smoke, the rub from the tire. One of those top 3 drivers actually getting into the inside wall. We talked about that early on here tonight. Something these drivers are going to have to be very mindful of. Right on board here with the race leader. Our Checkered Flag Auto Supply onboard camera with all these cars here tonight. Checkered Flag Auto Supply putting a camera somewhere in each one of these cars. We thank them for the great shots here tonight, and of course, the continued support with the series here with Red Light Racing. See Hoyle able to use all the track. He's the race leader, but you see Scott Duncan having to defend. Why is he having to defend? Well, that's because the Major Mellon entry is on the charge. See him down the back straightaway. Sean Single, the pink, and well, we can see who did it that time. Major Mellon stuck his noggin out and got the melon slapped against the wall. So Shanika trying everything he can to get around. Everybody else pretty much just single file. We got the choo-choo train effect going down around the bottom side of the speedway. No side-by-side battles. You are watching the closest battles on the raceway right now, and it's for positions 1 and 2. Well, count Sean, and also we've been talking about him in that 3rd spot. A little bit of a break, then back to Dave Bragg, Ryan Bianchi, then another gap back to Victor Valls. He is back there. Then you got the jumbled up mess here. You got the Slim Fast entry, the Checkered Flag Auto Supply number 40 of Higgins. Then you got Arnold and Steve McCormick. McCormick that time trying to pop the top on the Top Row Brewing number 70. Tried to reach for the top and gave a little tug of the wheel. Sometimes when you give a tug like that, you just slap it off the wall, and that's exactly what the 70 did. You see Joshua Buckley closing back in here. We talked about the brand new paint scheme on that car. There you see the number 13 Checkered Flag Auto Supply. Brand new colors on that car. Joshua Buckley experimenting, saying he wants to try different things, and that's what this one is here tonight. It's a good-looking hot rod. Got some silver in there. Almost call it like a brushed metal. Blue, red, white in the number. It's a good-looking hot rod. He had chrome on that car just a couple of weeks ago, the last time we saw him bring the number 13 MA out of the stable. I didn't get to talk to Joshua here tonight before the race, but I do wonder. It's Chick-fil-A Thursday. Did Joshua Buckley get to eat Chick-fil-A on a Thursday before the race here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway? The way he qualified it would make me want to say yes, and he loaded it with extra pickles and the Chick-fil-A sauce. The way he's driving right now, it seems like, well, he needs to dip his chicken sandwich in a little more of that sauce. There's A.J. Watkins, the driver out of Florida. And the 0-1 entry. He's picked up 2 spots here since the beginning of the race. Greg June, though, we talked about June getting stuck to the outside. And I think he's been into the wall a time or two. That car just does not seem to have the same giddy up that it had in the opening lap. That car, that driver is now back into the 18th position. Doyle Lowrance did pick a spot up here. Back to the front of the field here is Rex Hoyle. Still leading this one, but he has got Scott Duncan right there. He just can't seem to shake him. Duncan has pulled away a little bit from Sean Single. Got Rex one. He was so close to that inside wall, just trying to wrap and fish right down around the bottom. One driver having some problems. Joshua Buckley looks like he's actually all right. He's all over our scoring pylon here tonight. Looks like his transponder is giving us some issues with our scoring system. We'll see if that clears up here for the driver out of Pepperell, Massachusetts. Side by side for the racing school. Is it going to be the boss or the racer? The instructors going at it. Dan Butler on the inside in car number 21. That is Mike Taschereau to the outside in the 33, the white entry. Nobody able to really make up ground here. Both these drivers are pretty much locked dead even. No real advantage to the outside or the inside, really. Side by side again. At the line, it was Dan by just the bumper last time by. Garcia's there, the inside, maybe a little bit quicker that time. As these two battle, so is the battle for second, though. Scott Duncan, Sean Single. Single now getting to the inside. We've talked about the struggles for the 989 of Duncan this season. Always showing a lot of speed. Has picked up one win. Finally has got that elusive win. Oh, Sean Single getting a little tap there. He got a tap from the 31 of Bragg. Looked like Single had to check up in the center of the corner. They all made contact. Now Single sideways down here in 1 and 2. Wheeling and dealing the Major Melon number 11. Oh, Scott Duncan just going to drill the back end of the number 11. Duncan just lifted up the 11 of Sean Single, and that's going to actually really hurt the number 31 of Dave Bragg. Bragg going to lose spots. Now Bragg going to get turned around. So Bragg going to get turned around and tapped by a couple back there. And that will bring out the first caution flag of the evening. We were rolling here. Lap 39 will be the first caution. Dave Bragg went around. Take a look. Watch the number 31 to the outside. There's the switch tire. Tried to get down in front. Just wasn't quite clear. A little slip of the bars there. And 31 of Bragg going to do a 360. And I can tell you he didn't do a no-scope, but he did a 360. Just not quite clear for the 31 of Bragg. Joshua Buckley also going to get a piece of that one. Right on board with Buckley here. Just nowhere for Josh to go. On board with the 31 of Bragg. That was actually a really hard hit there from the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. So we'll see who's able to keep going here tonight and who will be stuck down on pit road. We told you that Dave Bragg was second overall coming into the night by 1 point. He was running inside the top 10 and had, at the time of incident, it was a 7-point lead over Dan Butler. That pendulum is going to swing here now since we're under the caution flag. And, of course, the 31 being involved. 31 of Dave Bragg will have to start back into the 17th position. Dan Butler, who he is racing for the championship, will restart in 11th. As we do get the one to go, we're double them up. Everybody actually will stay out on the racetrack. A couple drivers coming to pit road: Brandon Feeney, Doyle Lowrance, Dave Bragg, Mike Taschereau, and Bob Higgins. The slow crawl as the iRacing.com pace car is off the racetrack, and we will go back racing. It'll be 42 laps officially completed here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Here tonight in the Colling Tire and Service Center, 100. There we go. Smash the gas. Let's go real fast to turn one. Oil showing the way on the bottom side, and it looks like that car is just absolutely set up here tonight. Single will get to the bottom. Now he'll try the crossover. Will he be able to get to the inside? He will not. It will be Rex Hoyle leading the first lap back to green. Duncan down on the bottom side. It looks like he may have touched the turtle a little bit down there. You don't want to touch those turtles too much. They are snapping turtles. Single fading as he slips up off of turn number 4. Here comes the double V entry. Can Victor Valls now get around? Victor picking up his second career win last week at the South Boston Speedway. Not going to be able to. He slips a little bit back. Sean Single will hold the spot once again. Look at Brian Bianchi in the all-black. One car going way wide there. That was the number 40 of Rob Higgins. Higgins shot up the bankings in turns 1 and 2. So he's going to lose a couple spots. One driver reaching for it again. That was the number 70 of Steve McCormick. And this battle still rages on here with Bianchi, Jenkins, and Duncan. Battling from 4th through 6th right now. 3 laps away from the halfway point home here tonight at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. Dan Butler trying to crack the, well, he'll get the top 10. Now he's trying for more here. He's trying to go for 9th. Joshua Buckley to pit road, and it looks like Bob Higgins is down the lap currently here to the race leader. So you see Dan Butler trying to get underneath the Arnold Valls entry. It was a great story last week with Victor being able to pick up his second career win and Arnold being able to finish on the podium also. So the Canadian Invasion crews taking 2 of the top 3 spots last week. Victor up inside the top 3 right now. Arnold trying to claw his way up there. Has to get around the 21 of Dan Butler. Butler, though, has picked up 7 spots. He could take a couple more here tonight. As Arnold into the outside wall there. Down the front straightaway, you saw the sparks go flying from the right-hand side of that car. Brandon Feeney, one of those drivers that did come to pit road. He's the highest running driver that came to pit road. Trying to use the tires to make his way through the field. He was running about the 14th position when he came into pit road, so now working his way inside the top 10. Could have been a great move by the Liquid Molly. Number 38 of Brandon Feeney. Feeney told me his podcast is coming, the Feeney Call, here in the next couple of days or so. There is a pre-release that will be released, so we'll see how that comes out. Look forward to hearing the first ever episode, even if it is a pre-log. See Dave Bragg trying to also work his way back through the field. He'll get underneath the 40 of Rob Higgins. Higgins will concede the position and fall back in line. Didn't want to be out of line longer than he had to, so he'll just concede the position and slide in front of A.J. Watkins. There you see Watkins in the 0-1 entry. He's picked up a couple of spots here Joshua Buckley has not returned to the racing surface, so that's a spot he did pick up. Still your race leader here. And look at this front group. You're talking about Hoyle, Single, Victor Valls, Brian Bianchi, Jenkins, Scott Duncan, all right here, and the number 70 of Steve McCormick. So you're talking about 7 drivers within a second, call it a little over a second right now, of the top spot. One mistake, if you're Rex Hoyle, might put you all the way back to that 7th position, as you see Duncan got really tight that time. McCormick will pounce to the inside, down to 3. Not going to be able to make it stick on the bottom side. So your race leaders will dive them back down into turn number 1. These SK Modifieds here tonight. This top group is just absolutely hooked, and that's right down on the bottom side. Looks like Sean Single is a little bit lower down there. As though something happened. Single off the pace, into the wall. He'll lose 2nd, 3rd. He'll lose 4th. Now he'll fall back into 5th. Now the question is, can he rally back to start picking some of those spots up here? Still got 41 laps left here tonight in our feature event. Sean Single losing 4 spots. Remember, he started on the front row here tonight in the Major Mellon entry. But don't forget, him and Scott Duncan back here have had some contact tonight. Duncan had the 11 jacked up at one point. Almost, well, the whole field almost barreled into each other. Because these cars, this is like a super speedway for these machines here at the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. We're turning lap times right now in about the 18 3/4 of a second. Fastest time of the race was by the race leader of Rex Hoyle at a 18.5. Joshua Buckley, you see him coming back out onto the raceway, the driver out of Pepperell, Massachusetts. One driver that just went by him, though, Brandon Feeney. I don't know if he had the hydraulics hooked up or what, but Feeney was hopping past. He was bouncing off those turtles. Feeney and Bragg, remember, had come to pit road under that caution flag on lap number 39, and that's who you see right behind Brandon Feeney is Dave Bragg. So now the 2 championship contenders are running 9th and 10th on the speedway, under 40 laps remaining. So Dan Butler with a 2-point lead right now over Dave Bragg, as Butler got a little bit of those turtles now. Butler maybe feeling a little bit of pressure, knowing that he's racing that 31, not only for position on the speedway here tonight, but for points in the championship. Battle at the top here. The 53, Victor Val's going to open up the inside. Here comes the Culpeppers Bakery Cafe, Collins Tire and Service Center, number 14. Oh, they're getting close. That was really close. There wasn't much room down below there for Brian Bianchi, as Victor trying to hold him steady down there. Victor also having some real world competition racing in his background, and maybe trying to utilize it right there to hold that number 14 at bay. 14, though, of Brian Bianchi will wash up the speedway. He will take control now of that spot. But Mark Jenkins trying to pounce now. Can Jenkins get the ultra slim fast entry? Look at Scott Duncan. It is racy up here in the top. A little more contact between the 11 and the 989. They made the contact. They banged the bars down there coming out of turn 2 last time by. Oh, the Major Mellon entry going to dance on the turtles. It's Hoyle, it's Bianchi, it's Jenkins now, the top 3. Victor going to try and find a home here. He went from 2nd to 4th now. Oh, McCormick sliding off turn number 4. He'll gather it up. Tonight's race looking pretty good here as we close in on the final stages of this one. Scott Duncan, though, trying to work his way around there. You see the 989. He'll swing it wide. Sean Single will take the spot. A crossover attempt here. Single going to throw the block. He'll throw the Major Mellon out the back end. So Single not wanting to give up that spot right now, especially now that the laps continue to click off here. We talked about how it was Steve McCormick, the 7th place driver, was the last car in this front group. Well, guess what? It is not anymore. Feeney, Butler, Bragg, all right there. Also pulling the 11th place machine of Arnold Valves. So 11 cars just about here in this front group now. As one driver has boot scooted and boogied a little bit away, and that is Rex Hoyle. He's dressed to impress here tonight. I'm sure the guys over at Tuxedos by Ted's have hooked him up. This is what you like to see if you're Rex Hoyle. Clean track out in front of you. Clean track as you're coming to get 26 laps remaining. There you still see the two championship drivers, Butler and Bragg. We keep talking about the top two, but remember, Victor Valves was 10 points back, and right now Victor is running up there in fourth. So the points championship lead over Victor at this point is just 5 points, where it's 2 points over now Dave Bragg. So the point standings, sideways there for the number 21. Dan Butler was really leaning hard on that right rear tire. Bragg knowing the situation here tonight, just trying to rebound to get the best finish he can after going around on lap number 39 with hard contact from the 13 MA of Joshua Buckley after getting tagged in the bars there by the number 40 of Rob Higgins. And that one was just a racing incident. It was really everybody going for the same real estate, and they just ran out of it. Sean Single had a great run that time out of turn number 2. And I think he may have just got a little piece of the concrete again down in 3 and 4. Hoyle's running away. Bianchi's still in second. Jenkins is still in third. And then you're watching this battle right here. Sean Single's trying to get around Victor, and Sean Single into the wall, Scott Duncan into the wall. Here comes Brandon Feeney. Feeney is on the call here tonight, and I don't know how many times he's hit those turtles down there, and hey, it's worked. It's been working for him, so don't stop. Now it looks like Feeney should have a good runoff too. He should be able to possibly clear out of turn number 4, that number 70. Dave Bragg also trying everything he can do. As they race, this race still here inside the top 5 is good also because, well, you got that 53 of Victor trying to throw everything out the back end but the kitchen sink. Sean Single trying to get in there. Victor into the inside wall. Victor into the inside wall. Sean trying to get around him. Victor going to block all the way down the front straightaway. Sean going to see if he can get around, and here comes Scott Duncan again. Duncan going to get right back to the back end of the number 11. Sean is absolutely pushing the 53 of Victor all the way around the racetrack last lap. That's pretty much how it seemed like those bars were just linked together. One car into the wall down the front straightaway, sliding. That was the 51. Arnold Valves was climbing the wall out of turn number 4. He kept it rolling, so no caution coming out here. But that 51 looks like it's going to have to come pit side. It's crab walking just a little bit. It is not straight. Back to the battle here for the 4th, 5th, and 6th position on the speedway. Feeney has cleared, remember, back there, Dan Butler and Steve McCormick, and he can now trying to see. I'm looking at the lap times. He is one of the fastest cars on the speedway. The question is, just does he have enough time? This time, Sean Single has a run. Single will get to the inside here of Victor. A little contact there. Victor tried to hold the number 11 of Single to the bottom. and they bang wheels. Steve McCormick comes in sliding. Looks like his motor has expired here tonight. Oh, and Brandon Feeney. We were talking about how Feeney was coming through the field. He was down in the field there, down in the grass. We'll watch it backward, dissect this one. It is the second caution flag of the evening here tonight in the Colony Tire and Service Center 100. Watch it back. There's the 11. Single does get to the inside, and we'll have to see if he comes up a little. Look at Feeney. Feeney locked it up, went to the bottom. Nowhere for McCormick to go. They say this isn't going to be much of a better angle, but you get a little more of a scope on this one. There you see Feeney down there. He hits the wall, comes to a stop, gets stuck. There you go. Watch this. We'll see right here is maybe single up the track just a tad, and he's going to get into those bars and the wheel and turn around the 53. And then watch this. Watch the number 70, McCormick, come in here. There goes Feeney down to the inside. There goes the 21 of Butler. McCormick, you see the flames out the back, locks it up, and it's just too late. Nowhere to go if you're Steve McCormick. So Feeney carries on. Victor's on pit road. McCormick is on pit road. There you see those drivers. Joshua Buckley also with 11 laps to go. He has come to pit road. If you're Rex Hoyle, that's not exactly what you wanted to see. Rex Hoyle has led a majority of this race here tonight. There you see the 54. There you see the 14 just behind him. Both team cars here tonight of Hoyle and Bianchi, supporting the Colony Tire and Service Center logos on their cars. Culpeper's Bakery and Cafe. They were looking like they were possibly bringing home 1 and 2. Now they both will have to fight on a restart here for every position they can get. Lights are out, so we will get a 8-lap shootout if we can. It'll be Hoyle choosing the outside lane here. Then it'll be Brian Bianchi, Mark Jenkins, Sean Single, Scott Duncan, Dan Butler, Dave Bragg, A.J. Watkins, Mike Taschereau, and Doyle Lowrance, the top 10. Coming back into the restart zone, here we come. Green flag out and 8 to go. Single trying to go way high. 1 going around right off the start. Brian Bianchi going to get turned going into turn number 1. Somebody on the bottom lane got into the 14 and it turned him right around. We'll have to go back. Well, Mark Jenkins enters lower into turn number 1 than Bianchi did and turns the 14 around. Now, it sounded like a little bit of a hang-up on the gear shift. May have possibly got the 14 all jacked up. Nobody else going for a ride. A couple drivers banging bars out there while they were trying to grab some gears. And that's going to change up the running order also. It looks like Aiden Alvecchione. There you see the driver out of South Carolina. Don't know if Aiden ever got to go to the real Myrtle Beach Speedway. Myrtle Beach just about, maybe 45 minutes an hour north of Charleston, South Carolina. I only say that because I was down in Charleston one time and drove myself to Myrtle Beach. Beautiful area down there. Both towns, so Aiden will now restart back on the lead lap, and he will restart 14th with a chance to pick up some positions. He did come down pit road on lap number 87, so he does have fresher tires than the drivers that are out in front of him. So we'll see if he can pick up a couple here late in this one. Looking to see the order here. The running order is going to be Rex Hoyle now. Then Sean Single, Dan Butler, A.J. Watkins, Mark Jenkins, Scott Duncan, Mike Taschereau, Dave Bragg, Doyle Lowrance, and Rob Higgins. That is how they are scheduled to restart here. Looking like we might get a 2-lap shootout here if we get the one to go. We'll see. Pace car says, let's go. So we thought an 8-lap dash was going to be a good one. Why not a 2-lap tango? I don't know. It sounded good in my head. So Hoyle and Single, Butler and Watkins, Jenkins and Duncan, Bragg and Taschereau, Lowrance and Higgins. Here we go. Green flag is up. We'll see if we can get this one back going here. The battle will be for race lead. Battle for the lead. Single trying to take the top spot here from Hoyle. Dan Butler back there trying to hang on. He got a little sideways. Watkins pushes it hard too. The white flag will come up. We will race the final lap here tonight. Brought to us by Culpeper's Bakery Cafe. Contact. Big wreck back for second on back. Looked like the 99 of Jenkins drove it in, but we stay locked here for the top spot. Who will pick up the win here tonight? Out of turn 4 to pick up the win. It'll be car 54. It will be Rex Hoyle going to victory lane. It'll be Hoyle, Single, Butler, Taschereau, Lowrance, your top 5. Feeney. And we'll see where the rest of the field scatters across the line. But there's your race winner. Rex Hoyle will finally take the Colony Tire and Service Center entry. Looking at the unofficial running order, remember we talked about Aiden Alvecchione being back in the 14th spot, getting the lucky dog. He'll finish 8th here tonight. Bob Higgins with the top 10. He'll finish 9th. A.J. Watkins going to go from running inside the top 3 on that final lap all the way to 10th. Mark Jenkins also inside the top 5. He'll go all the way back to the 13th finishing position. Brian Bianchi, after going for a spin, will rally back for a 7th place finish here tonight. A good run for him. Look at Doyle Lowrance. Ran outside the top 10, probably around the 15th, 14th position all night long. He'll come across the line in 5th. Same with Mike Taschereau up there in 4th. Those are all your unofficial results here tonight. We'll take a quick step away. We'll be back with the top 3 after this.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics and engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Welcome back here to the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway here tonight, race fans, for the Colony Tire and Service Center 100 at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. 100 laps completed, some tempers, a lot of sparks, but the race got in and we got your top three finishers standing by. Let's not waste any time. Let's head down trackside now here tonight and talk to the post-race drivers in the top three. Let's talk to the driver who picks up the win here tonight. Rex, it must be a good one because the name's on top of the scoring pylon here tonight and the name's on the side of the car, and this one dominated with you driving it.
Hey, Roger, man, I appreciate it. The Colony Tire backing Brian and I, and we need a little bit of redemption from a miscue last week, man. This car was on a rail. I drove my heart out to get this one. I want to get this win for Colony and also for Culpeppers, and two great sponsors, and what else can I say, man? This thing was on a rail.
You talk about it being on a rail. You were able to take the lead in the first couple of laps, and then you had ended up jetting out to maybe about a second lead, and then a couple late race cautions here coming out. Did you start to get worried when the field got back bunched up to you?
Yeah, I did, because I didn't know, the car was still handling great, but you never know what tire you got left or what your competitors have. And so I just, on that, I think it was the last restart, I told Brian I was going to the outside because I want to make sure the car was loosened up a little. And unfortunately, he got messed up in that restart. And but I have to, I have to tell Sean I appreciate him driving me clean. He drove a great race. I saw him in the mirror, and I was just waiting on him to pounce on me, but I gave it all I had and came home a winner tonight.
You come home the winner tonight, and you're gonna shrink that points lead the gap there between you and the race leader. It was 13 points coming in. You're gonna leave with about a 7-point deficit now between you and Dan Butler, and the races are starting to come to an end. Just 4 more races left this season. What do you got to do in the closing laps, and how hard are you going to have to race here in the final races to possibly make a run here at this championship?
I'll tell you, it's going to be tough, but Brian and I are prepared. We've been working hard. Last night, I think I ran 300 laps here, trying to get ready and make sure we were right. And Brian's car was good. Mine was good. We're just going to keep working hard, keep practicing, and we're going to give it our best shot.
Well,
that's what 505 does.
Yeah, well, we look forward to seeing you next week at the USA International Speedway with your street stocks out. Put the fenders back on them, and let's see the boys have at it. Before we let you go, though, we know there's a lot of people back home, so let's roll this red carpet out for you here. You're no stranger to it. Red carpet's out. The microphone is yours.
Yes, sir, man. We got to give a big shout out to Colony Tire. Those guys have stood behind me for several years now. Culpeppers Bakery and Cafe, the greatest guys to have as sponsors. And of course, I got Tuxedos by Ted and Geppetto's Pizza. And got to thank Hoosier Tires. Got to thank Red Light Racing League. And got to thank you, Roger, and Turn 3 Racing Network put on a great show for us.
There you hear it. He's always one of the best dressed, thanks to Ted out there. And, of course, that Colony Tire and Service Center, number 54, absolutely set up on rails here tonight. Rex Hoyle will win the 100-lap feature here tonight, as he will now close that gap to Dan Butler into the next couple of weeks. We'll see if Dan Butler can hang on or what the wily veteran of Rex Hoyle has in store. Finishing back in second, a rare appearance here, though. Sean, you're standing over here. What do you say? A good qualifying effort, and then a couple bars get banged out there, and then towards the end of this race, you're right back in the mix of it.
Yeah, super fun to come do a one-off here. I haven't raced with these guys in a while, so I was glad I could get a couple laps in. I know I beat some doors off some people. I was trying to get going. I just had places to be. I was trying to get up there and get a win.
Did you forget on the initial start that the gas pedal was on the right?
For a little bit, yeah. The car was wicked loose right out the gate, and I didn't want to ruffle any feathers, shoot up the track or anything like that, so I figured I'd just mind myself, run down in the back and see what these guys had, see what I had for them.
How's the competition level changed since the last time you were back here? It's been a while. We haven't seen you in about a season and a half, I do believe, here on Thursday night, and there's some heavy hitters out there that always bring their A game.
Yeah, absolutely. These guys have always had speed. It's super fun to race around them. Always been a blast, especially coming back because it's been so long. One of the things I mentioned to Rex, like last time I was here, I know I had a little bit of a reputation. I kind of ran over my head, so I was glad to come back, race a little bit cleaner, not have to worry about ruffling feathers.
Well, a great run for you and another brightly colored paint scheme. We always can find you out there on the speedway, so maybe go get yourself one of those major melons, I do believe is on this number 11 here tonight. But who else do you got to thank for another great run here on Thursday?
Oh, yeah, I got to thank my mom and dad. Got to thank all the admins, all the people that put this together. You got to thank the Boondock Saints with Will, too. He's always watching me. And then got to thank the Saturday squad as well. I'll be seeing them Saturday. Super excited to hang out. And everybody, again, that puts this together, guys over at 4X Racing, even though they aren't here tonight.
There you have it. He's got 2 cents to rub together. His name is Shanika Single. He drives car number 11. He will finish in P number 2 after a great run here tonight. The driver that will rally, he picks up the most spots here tonight. How about it, Dan? You storm through the field here like a magnet trying to find your first win of the season, and, well, you're sitting here third at the end after that checkered flag flew.
Yeah, I'll count my blessings on that one. I thought I was going to lose third on that last lap. I feel bad for Mark. He got a little bit of a run under me, but didn't have full position. I guess our rule's always been the right front tire's going to be at your door, and I was there, and then the car on my outside. I don't know. It was kind of a mess up there, 3 wide, and I just tried to hold my own. I hate that he got wrecked there at the end. Not the way I like to drive, but I don't think there was really anything I could do. But I'll take a third. If I could figure out how to qualify, that'd be great. I'm sick of coming from the back every week. But heck yeah, I'll take a third.
Yeah, a qualifying effort would be nice here. When we break down the stats, and your average starting position is 16 flat, and your average finishing position is 6.5. It really shows that the car may not have that short run speed to go qualify, but you definitely bring something here when it goes into these long green flag runs.
Yeah, I've been on iRacing now, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. I've never been one of the fast guys, I guess you call it. I've just, Mike Tashrode taught me in real life, save your stuff and just be consistent. That's how I've learned to drive in real life, and that's how I do here. I'm usually, I don't know. I don't know if it's just, I get to the end and I've got a little bit left that other people don't. I don't know what it is, but I just cannot figure out how to qualify. But I'm usually fast in the end. So I don't know. I got to figure out something. But I know Rex and all those guys are catching me. I'm thrilled to even be sitting on top of this fast pack, even for a couple weeks if they go on by me. I think we've got 4 races to go. We do have Thompson in there. That's my track. So I'm hoping to have a good night there. But who the heck knows after that? This is one heck of a fast group.
You talk about Thompson, and that's the next time we will actually see the SK Modified out onto the speedway. But the rest of the season, we got the Street Stock at the USA International, and then we got the late model stocks down at Southern National, and looks like the super late model to round out the season at the New Smyrna Speedway. Where do you think we can really pull the rabbit out of the hat? You said Thompson, but do you think we can really stretch that lead with any of the other 3 cars and 3 tracks we have left?
Man, I sure hope so. I'm gonna need some luck. Some of these guys are just, Scott Duncan, Rex Hoyle, Sean. All these guys are so dang fast every week, and I'm working my butt off to get up there with them. And it's a good feeling, but I'm gonna need some luck. I stink in the super late models, to be honest. Street stocks, SK modifieds, I'm good. So we'll see. But I'm hoping we're putting on a good show because I think it was a pretty dang good race tonight.
It was an awesome race watching you come through the field, Dan, and I know you got some little girls out there that are watching you back home and a couple other people that are tuning in here tonight to cheer for you. So what do you say we give them a little spotlight here before we head on out tonight?
Yeah, those little girls better be in bed right now upstairs. But thanks for my mom and my stepdad down in Florida. They watch every week religiously, Mondays and Thursdays, no matter how bad I do on Monday nights. My sister watches every week. Obviously, Mike with the racing school. I have a blast race with him. I don't know if you guys saw. We had probably about a 20-lap battle side by side at the beginning of the race, and we don't give each other an inch, but we run each other so hard and so clean. It's a blast. So I love racing with him. But and thanks to you, Roger. I know you got some stuff going on at home with your little one. So good luck getting some sleep tonight.
Sleep, what's that, Dan? I got to go to work here in a little bit. But thanks for coming out here tonight, putting on a show, as you will pick up the biggest mover and shaker also here at the dance. Dan Butler, ladies and gentlemen, picking up 13 spots to finish in P number 3. So you heard from all 3 of your top podium finishers here tonight. Rex Hoyle will win the Colony Tire and Service Center race here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway. Sean Single makes a rare start. He will finish in P number 2. And the store magnet of Dan Butler will finish in P number 3. Mike Taschereau rallies 11 spots here tonight late in the number 33. He'll finish 4th. 5th will then go to Doyle Lowrance, the driver out of Spring, Texas, with a huge rally late here in this one. Brandon Feeney will come in finishing in the 6th spot. Bianchi will rally back. He will finish 7th, right where he started here tonight. And how about Aiden Avecchione? That final restart, he finally got back onto the lead lap, and he will now finish 8th here tonight. Bob Higgins with a top 10 finish again. He'll finish in 9th, and AJ Watkins rounds out the top 10. Those are your unofficial results here of your top 10 podium finishers and the top 10 drivers here tonight. As when you take a look at the point standings real quick, Dan Butler will still hold on to the top spot, leaving the Myrtle Beach Speedway, but he may pull a little bit on Dave Bragg, but he lost some here to Rex Hoyle. So the points championship is going to get tight here at the end of the season. But a great run here tonight at the Myrtle Beach Speedway, race fans, so we thank you all for tuning in here to watch the Colony Tire and Service Center 100 from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. For everybody at Colony Tire and Service Center, everybody with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, everybody at Red Light Racing, and all of us here at the Turn 3 Racing Network, my name is Roger Muth. We hope you enjoyed tonight's show here from the virtual Myrtle Beach Speedway. And until we catch you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.